Good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss about how to differentiate the eosinophilia and atypical lymphocytosis using histograms. This is one of the important topic. Most of the time, the physicians or pathologists, they will have the CBC strips, and without seeing the smear, how we can differentiate these two conditions, because their management is typically very different from each other, and they mimic very similar in case of histograms. So knowledge of the histograms can easily help in differentiation of these two conditions. Myself Dr. S.K. Sutra, Department of Pathology. So before going to discuss the cases, this is a disclaimer that the data which is basically plotted in this presentation, it has been collected from the Goswami Pathology Lab, RIVA, when I was working as a consulting pathologist from year 2008 to 2018. I have collected lot of cases during this tenure, and I have analyzed more than 2 lakhs of CBC, and the observation regarding the interpretation of these histograms, it is basically summarized or compiled in a ebook which is published on the pothi.com with the title Interpretation of CBC Histograms. So if someone find useful, they can go through the pothi.com and they can purchase from there. So before going to the cases, we should know about the WBC histogram. So WBC histogram, here you can see it is a three-part differential, and you can see the graph. It is plotted in three way. The first is the lymphocyte. The second minimum graph is around basically monocyte, eosinophil, and basophil, and the next large graph is of neutrophils. And these when we used to add the hematolyzer or lyser in the cell counters, so there is a drastic decrease in the size of these cells, and this size basically used to differentiate these cells. So the lymphocyte basically they attain the size of 30 to 80 femtoliters, whereas the monocyte, basophils, and eosinophils, they range from 60 to 140 femtoliters, and the neutrophils are basically gain the size of 120 to 250 femtoliters. So this is a typical type of WBC histogram which can be differentiated depending on the size of the cells. So if we go through the discriminator, there are two discriminator. The first is called as WL or WBC lower discriminator, or second one is called as WU, or it is WBC upper discriminator. The lower discriminator basically it fluctuates between 30 to 60 femtoliters, whereas the upper discriminator it is fixed at 300 femtoliters. So the upper discriminator is basically fixed discriminator. There are two inner discriminator as well. They are called as T1 and T2, and whenever the heights of these T1 and T2 is more than 40 and 50%, there is a generation of flag, and these flags are called as F1 flag, F2 flag, and F3 flag. The F1 flag is of a small cell population, and the height of T1 when it exceeds more than 40%, we will have the F1 flag. On the other side, the F2 flag or medium cell flag, when the T1 and T2 exceed the limit of 40 and 50% respectively, then we will have the F2 flag. And F3 flag or large cell flag is basically when the height of T2 exceeds the 50%. So this flag is very important in differentiating these two conditions, especially the F2 flag, which is we will discuss that how to differentiate by using these flags. So as we have discussed, these flags are basically generated when there is the cell counter when it is unable to differentiate but between the cell populations, the lymphocytes and the mixed cell population, or mixed cell population and the neutrophils. So we will have the simultaneously two flags, F1 and F2 flag, or it may be F2 or F2 and F3 flag. So these flags they can easily appreciated over the histograms. So in order to differentiate these two conditions, basically when the F2 flag, basically when it merges with the F1 flag, and the total count is less than 8500 per cubic millimeter. The condition usually we are the cell population usually that is which is high mixed cell population. It is mainly of atypical or activated lymphocytes. So this condition, when you see such type of cells, basically we can conclude that this might be the patient of viral infection. On the other hand, when the F2 merges with the F3 and the counts, total leukocyte count more than 8500 per cubic mm, usually such type of patients will have the eosinophilia. So by seeing the merging of the F2 flag with the F1 or F3, we can easily able to differentiate these two conditions. So this is a typical view of Rani Talab view. It was clicked on 2015 by me. It is one of the best click. So coming to the cases, case number 1, here you can see the two histograms, two strips which includes the counts as well as the histograms. So on the left side we will have the normal histogram with the normal counts, and on the right side you can see there are two flags, F1 and F2 flag, and that means the lymphocytes and mixed population, there is a merging of the cells and they cannot be differentiated by the cell counter. So you can easily appreciate that there is a merging of F2 flag with the F1, and it is shifted towards the left. So it is here you can see the graph of WBC. It is in continuation with the lymphocytes. So this F2 is basically merging with the F1. Whenever such type of situation is there, the merging of F2 with the F1, most probably the cells, they are the activated lymphocytes. So if we go through the histograms finding, so here you can see the total count is 4800, and there is a merging of F2 flag with the F1 flag. And our impression by in interpreting these histograms is that this patient might be having the atypical or activated lymphocyte, and it could be a patient of viral infection. So if we go analyze or confirm our diagnosis with the peripheral smear, we can see such type of cells, the lymphocytes which are having abundant amount of cytoplasm. And I remember this case. Basically this patient is having high bilirubin, or that is the direct fraction is very high, and SGPT and SGPT and SGOT, they are extremely too high, more than 2000 international unit per ml. So this is a typical case of viral hepatitis. So this is how, but we can before seeing the smears, we can also diagnose it by the histograms. So this is the second case. Here you can also see the F1 and F2 flags, and the total count is around 6100 per cubic mm. Again we can easily diagnose this condition, because most of the mixed cells, they are merging with the lymphocyte or F1 flag. So on histogram you can see the changes very clear. It is in continuation with the lymphocytes. The mixed population cells, they are very in continuation with the lymphocytes. So you can easily appreciate that this is a typical case of activated lymphocytosis or atypical lymphocytosis, and this is a typical case of viral infection. Again, if we analyze the peripheral smear of this patient, here you can see these are the atypical lymphocytes which are seen. So this is again, it is a case of viral infection. So by knowing this F1 and F2 flag, we can easily differentiate this condition. This is the third histogram. Here you can see a third case. The total count is 9500, and these two curves, they are plotted. And here you can see the flags. They are the F2 and F3 flag. And whenever such type of F2 and F3 flags, they are generated, that means the cell counter is basically unable to differentiate between the mixed cell population and the neutrophils. So when you such type of graph, that means there is a shifting of these mixed cell population towards the neutrophils. So merging of this F2 with the F3 usually such type of patients will have the eosinophilia, and most of the eosinophils they can easily appreciated on the peripheral smears. So here you can see this is a typical case of eosinophilia, and this is very commonly seen in allergic condition and parasitic infestations, such condition, and the management of this condition is very different from the management of viral infection. That's why it is very important to differentiate these two conditions. So if you go through the peripheral smear of this patient, here you can see multiple plenty of eosinophils they are present in the smears, and we can confirm our diagnosis. Before seeing this smears, we can also conclude that this is a patient of eosinophilia by just seeing the histograms. This is another case, case number 4. Here you can see there is a two flags, that is F2 and F3 flag, and you can easily compare with the normal curve which is present on the left side, and on the right side it is the curve of patient, and the total count of this patient is around 12,000 per cubic mm, and the cell counter is basically unable to differentiate the mixed population and neutrophils, and that means there is a merging of F2 flag with the F3. So here you can easily appreciate that F2 is in continuation with the F3 fraction. So when you have we will have such type of findings, when there is a merging of F2 with the F3, such type of patient usually will have the eosinophilia. So this is how we can diagnose these two conditions. And if you go through the peripheral smear of this patient, here you can see the plenty of eosinophils. So this is a typical case of this patient might be having the allergic conditions or parasitic infestation or drug toxicity. I hope this video will be useful for you. Thank you very much for watching, and we should able to differentiate these two conditions because their management is very different from each other, and I hope this video will be useful for you. Thank you.